the craziness of high school basketball. These two programs have been the cream of the crop in the Girls City League here in Boston. Always fun to see the future of Boston basketball. Boy going to work. Somehow gets it to go, and the foul. Jordan off the up fake.
That's the kind of control finish you want to have.
Aiden from way downtown.
Big play to follow up that push.
The Tech Boston Bears have won back-to-back championship in 2019. Hello, Boston, and welcome to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester as the two top teams in the girls' Boston North Division do battle for the second time this season. Tonight, the O'Brien Tigers will be taking on the Latin Academy Dragons. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner, as always. Or actually, this time around, Leverett Ball. Leverett, we got the two top teams in the Boston North, Latin Academy and O'Brien. This is an exam school rivalry, both on the basketball court, on the football field, on the baseball diamond, all across the board. And these two teams met earlier in the season, and it was a close one. 1-point win for Latin Academy. We should see that the second time around or something like that here tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, Latin just narrowing out the 1-point win. And so O'Brien looking at this as, an opportunity for revenge. And these are two of the best teams in the city of Boston, so they take this matchup very seriously.
No question. Four top teams really in the city of Boston. These are two of those four. Now, we mentioned that O'Brien lost by just 1 point in the last game, but one player who did play very well for them was Lena Guerrero. She's in her second year. She's a sophomore for this O'Brien Tigers team, and she's now in a new position this season. Yeah,
this is Guerrero's first season as a starting point guard, like you said, as a sophomore, but she did play a lot as a freshman last year, did start quite a few games, so she has, a lot more experience than most sophomores would have. And she's, just such a good all-around player.
Right.
We talked earlier off camera about what a good defensive player she is, but she's also versatile offensively. She can shoot from outside, she can drive, she can create opportunities for teammates. So she does a little bit of everything. And I think the strongest part of her game is her basketball IQ and just her ability to see the court. But she's going to be a weapon for them tonight.
No question. She only has to play well tonight in order to beat this Latin Academy team. Now for the Dragons, one of the reasons they're in the top spot in the Boston North, of course, we've been seeing her for 5 years now. That's our spotlight player, Fiona Mannion, outstanding player for Latin Academy.
Yeah, and, during the time I've been doing, games here at Latin Academy, she's been one of the best players, not only on this team, but in the league. She's such a dominant player on the low post. But, she does other things as well. She's a lot quicker than most low post players. And actually, she can occasionally shoot some threes, which you don't expect from a power forward. So she's going to be a weapon. Sometimes teams will double team her because it's no secret around the league how good she is. If O'Brien tries to double team her, then look for Latin Academy to mix in Jordan Bellot. She's usually the player they go to if teams are able to contain Mannion. So, Latin Academy with multiple weapons out there. But like I said, Mannion's had such an incredible high school career. She's actually 40 points away from 2,000 for her career.
Right.
So she has a monster game tonight. Perhaps we could see that tonight.
That would be something to see tonight if she got to 2,000. She had 24 in their last matchup earlier in the season against O'Brien. But as you saw also, she's already committed to a Delphi University Division II school in New York to play basketball next season. So that just tells you what kind of player she is here for the Latin Academy Dragons. We've been seeing her for a long time, and she has delivered every single time. Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Michelle Fenelon. Michelle, what do you have?
If you look at the girls' basketball banner in this gym, you'll notice 1992 is the last time Latin Academy won the Boston City League Championship. Head coach Bill Dever told me this is the first year in a long time he feels like the City League is wide open. He said beating a good team in O'Brien like tonight only helps the Dragons prepare for a tough city playoffs. If all goes well, 1992 won't be the only number you see on the banner. Pat.
Thanks very much, Michelle. Yeah, 92, the last time Latin Academy was able to win a city championship on the girls' side. And they had a very good team last year, but lost to Fenway in the finals pretty handily. They got in some foul trouble. Their team's a little bit deeper this year, and that's one thing that Coach Dever likes. Maybe not as much of the star power after the two post players, but definitely deeper this season.
Yeah, no question. Like you said, they get everyone involved, and that gives them some variety offensively. They're not predictable for other teams to defend. But like we mentioned, it's been since '92 since their last city championship, but they've been in the mix quite a few years.
Dragons right now still the top team in the Boston North Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have the opening tap here from Latin Academy High School in Dorchester between the O'Brien Tigers and Latin Academy Dragons right after these messages. Don't go away.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm going to miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what?
Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester for a matchup of two Boston North rivals between the O'Brien Tigers and the Latin Academy Dragons. We're going to get the starters for you before we get set to tip off here. O'Brien with Guerrero, Tran, Cox, Horsley, and Rousso in the starting lineup. And then for the Latin Academy, Muhammad, just an 8th grader, the starting point guard. Norton and Conklin out on the wings. Then you got Bellot and Mannion down low for Latin Academy. Mannion and Bellot, they're more like forwards. They're not. Mannion's not really a center. Jordan's not really a power forward. She actually plays out on the wing. So they sort of play small, but there's not a ton of size in the City League this year. So Latin Academy has the ability to do that.
No question. And, right off the bat, it's awesome to see the attendance here for tonight's contest. I've really noticed, during this school year, a lot more attendance at a lot of the high school games. It's awesome to see the school spirit.
Latin Academy in the all-white uniforms and the yellow trim, they control the opening tap. O'Brien in the all-blue uniforms with the white trim. Norton over to Bellot. Jordan trying to go baseline, and she gets caught underneath the hoop. Mannion inside, and I believe we got an offensive foul on Fiona Mannion.
Yeah, and they don't want to get Mannion in foul trouble early. We talked in the open about what a dangerous player she is.
Correction in our starting lineup, too. Jordan Bellot's wearing number 23, not number 12. be seeing a lot of her tonight. Horsley now with it in the corner for the Tigers. That's defeated inside of Russo. Short jumper for her. It goes off the back iron. She fouls Bellot over the back.
Yeah, and so physicality early. Back-to-back fouls on the first 2 possessions of the game. And, we talked about how much this matchup means to these teams. Definitely some excitement early and led to a couple fouls.
Long pass out to Bellot from Mannion, and it results in a layup for Latin Academy. They score the first bucket of the ball game. Jasmine Cox off the crossover, can't score off the window. Rebound for Mannion. Quickly out to Muhammad. Has to pull it back out. Bellot off the up fake. Gets bumped inside, and it's going to go back to O'Brien. Like you mentioned, Lev, a little bit of contact, especially you saw there that Bellot got bumped a little bit. Seems like the refs are letting that go early on.
Yeah, they know these are, city rivals, that it's going to be physical. So they're going to let them play a little bit. Obviously, if someone does anything too out of line, they have to blow the whistle. But, like I said, letting them play.
Selena Guerrero knocking down the runner there for O'Brien. She ties it up at 2 with about 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Cox almost with a steal there in the backcourt against Mannion.
Yeah, now pressing. They did not run the press to start this game.
Bellot now bringing it up for the Lady Dragons. Hesitation move by Jordan. She's fouled on the floor. Now fouls on Jabria Horsley, her first personal foul. Second team foul for the Tigers. Trying to feed it into Mannion, but it's broken up. Here comes Tran. Back down the other end, gets it up to Guerrero, and she's going to pull it back out. Tran gets it poked away by Norton, but Ruth can't hang on to it, so that'll stay with the Tigers. Mentioned Muhammad and Norton, the starting backcourt for Latin Academy. Normally, their senior Lizzie Frattaroli is a starting point guard. She broke her finger about a month ago and just got her cast off this week. So Coach Dever said she's probably going to come back next week or late next week, early following week. So she'll be there in time for the postseason. But it helps to get some of these younger, inexperienced players time now, sort of taking advantage of Frattaroli's injury.
Yeah, no question. That is a tough loss for them nonetheless. And, obviously, Bellot and Mannion score a lot of the points, but Frattaroli's, more of a leader for this team.
Mannion short on the jumper, but the rebound comes down to Norton. Now it's Muhammad trying to run her. She's short with it. And that ball goes out of bounds back to the Tigers.
Yeah, and every possession, Latin Academy has lined up in the 3-2 zone defensively.
Cox inside gets blocked, put back no good for Russo, gets another chance at it. Tran back inside to Russo, blocked inside by Bellot. This time Russo gets the basket and the foul.
Yeah, and Russo, nice job there, using the height advantage to come up with that ball, and on the second effort, able to find the hoop.
Also misses the rim on the free throw. So that violation will get it back to Latin Academy. Tigers now back in that full court press.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if Latin Academy maybe will be a little bit more physical with Russo under the hoop. When someone's not comfortable from the line, you're less reluctant to foul them.
Pass poked away by Russo. Guerrero back down the other end, and she hits the lefty lay-in. 6-0 run here for O'Brien. They're on top 6-2. Bellot stops, pops, but can't hit. Rebound comes down to Grealish. She gets it poked away. Here comes Guerrero. Ina Guerrero took an extra step, so it's going to go back to the Dragons. You see this feisty O'Brien defense bothering Latin Academy here early on.
Yeah, and you know, once again running a press, but they've mixed it up a little bit. We've seen them run some presses, we've seen them run zone, we've seen them run man.
Once again, a steal here for the Tigers. Now it's Horsley back down the other end, and she's going to get 2 free throws for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Conklin just hustling down the court there to try and break it up. And taking the foul to prevent the basket.
Horsley's able to rattle home the first. Here's another look at the foul. They see the bump from behind by Grelich. Horsley rattles home the second. 8-0 run now for the Tigers. Here comes Muhammad. Quickly back down the other end. Norton off the fake inside. Grelich now back to Belloc. 3-second violation on Latin Academy. Boy, offensively, Latin Academy very much out of sorts. There you see the assistant coach for O'Brien, Anthony Searcy. Horsley going baseline, and she couldn't hit that one. Gets her own rebound. Can't put it back up and in. Russo can't find the bucket. Cox and Mannion going after the loose ball, and that's going to stay with O'Brien. Well, O'Brien just looks more aggressive right now here in the first quarter.
No question. I mean, we talked about the way that they lost to Latin Academy earlier in the season. You know, they came out of here, you know, out of the gate with some anger, just ready to get after it. Yeah, and Latin Academy, on their hand, has to be stunned by this start, especially on their home court.
Free ball well off the mark that time as it goes out of bounds. That'll go back to the Dragons. Muhammad guarded full court by Cox here to start things. As Grelich gets trapped in the corner, we get a jump ball. It's going to stay with Latin Academy. Mannion with a full head of steam and can't convert the layup. Steal that time by Grelich. Mannion off the up fake. Squeezes that one home.
And that could be just what Latin Academy needs, you know, getting their best player going and getting her into a rhythm.
Cox trying for the runner off the back iron. Russo with another rebound. Almost stolen away that time by Belloc. And Latin Academy wants a timeout here with 2:18 left to go in the first quarter as they trail by 4. And right now, Latin Academy, offensively, they just seem out of sorts. I mean, during the season, they average about 57 points per game, 4 points just to start off this first quarter.
Yeah, you know, I think it goes back to the fact that Frateroli's not suiting up. You know, she's their facilitator. We talk so much about, you know, how Mannion and Bellot score a lot of the points, but, you know, Frateroli is the one who coordinates the offense, gets some of those scoring opportunities. And right now they look, you know, out of sync with their guards. You know, I think O'Brien is taking advantage of that, you know, running the presses, getting in their faces. They know that they're a little bit out of sync and that they're missing, you know, one of their best facilitators on offense. And, you know, it shows, you know, in the score to this point, but never count out this Latin Academy team offensively. We know what they're capable of. They could get hot at any point.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make any kind of run here late in the first quarter. right now for Latin Academy, they got to figure out what to do with DJ Rosso. She's got 5 rebounds, all on the offensive end for the Tigers. And that one poked away as it's Norton coming away with the steal. Norton over to Bellot. Jordan off the up fake. Nice move inside, and she took an extra step.
Yeah, just trying to do a little bit too much there. She made a nice move initially, but like you said, with the walk there, and it costly turnover for this Latin team.
Russo with the offensive rebound again. It's blocked out of bounds by Fiona Mannion. Latin Academy's got to try to find a way to box out Russo.
Yes. Yeah, and we're starting to sound like broken records with all the offensive rebounding that Russo has done.
It's going to be a shot clock violation. Nope, they called a foul on Latin Academy just before the end of the shot clock.
And that is devastating defensively when you do all that work to run down the shot clock and then end up fouling at the very last second.
Take another look at it here. Fouls on Muhammad. That was close. That was very close. They're going to give it to Guerrero. Coach Dever not happy about it as he thought that the shot clock ended well before the foul.
Yeah, and I'd honestly have to watch that replay a couple more times to really be able to tell if she hit her hand or if it was all ball.
Guerrero can't hit the first. She'll get 2 more as she was shooting a 3 when she was fouled. Knocks down the second. Two for 3 from the free throw line is Guerrero. She puts her team up by 6 with just over a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. Bellot off the press breaker. She's going to fire one up and short with it. Norton on the putback, can't get it to go. Grealish on the putback. Nice block inside by Bellot.
Yeah, and I think Latin Academy needs to slow down offensively. You know, that time taking a 3 on the fast break, I think you need to either drive that ball to the hoop or just pull it out and reset the offense.
Already had several jump balls, so that's going to stay with O'Brien. Latin Academy will get the next one. Cox off the up fake. Can't score off the window. Mannion and Russo go down. Cox is there for the putback. 8-point lead right now for O'Brien. Mannion drives by everybody.
Nice move there by Mannion. And using the pump fake.
Classic Fiona Mannion move there with 45 seconds to go here in the first 6-point lead for Latin Academy. Stolen away by Bellot. She's got Muhammad. She gets tripped up right around the top of the key. Muhammad hangs on to it for Latin Academy. Over to Conklin, who gets it to the corner for Norton, but she's too far on the 3. Here comes Guerrero. Can't convert, gets her own rebound, but it's pulled away that time by Conklin. Tran inside to Horsley, and they're going to call a foul on Nellie Conklin.
And that time I think she got all ball, but the second play that was very close and hard to tell whether she got a piece of her hand or all ball.
Horsley knocks down the first. Substitution for O'Brien. Tran takes a seat.
And look at that.
McRae Whiter comes in for O'Brien.
Angle on the replay. She got all ball. The question is, did they bump elbows?
Horsley can't hit the second. Tie up again, and that's going to go back to Latin Academy here with 7 seconds left to go in the quarter.
So we'll see if Latin Academy can get a final shot off before the quarter ends.
Muhammad out to Bellot. Jordan's got a chance for a shot, and they're going to call a double dribble here with a 2.5 left to go in the quarter.
Yeah, and in that situation, you're running out of time to get the shot off. You have to be a little bit creative, and obviously being called for the travel.
Guerrero tries it from three-quarter court, and after one here at Latin Academy, it's the Lady Tigers on top of the home team Latin Academy Dragons 13-6. We'll see if Fiona Mannion and the Dragons can get going here in the second quarter on Game of the Week right after these words. Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester here on Game of the Week. Folks, if you want to follow us on social media, you can go to our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/GameOfTheWeekBoston. A lot of good stuff up on that site. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. O'Brien starts the second quarter off with the basketball. And that's a steal from Norton. Gets knocked out of bounds, going to stay with Latin Academy.
Yeah, and obviously with the first quarter not going the way that Latin Academy would have liked, obviously it's nice to see them get off to a good start. They need to build confidence with the way that this game started off.
Three ball on the way and banked home for Latin Academy. That's that's Alexa Paremba knocking down the three. The sophomore. Tran fires one up from the wing, and that goes off the back iron. Here comes Muhammad quickly up to Mannion. Beautiful pass inside to Norton.
And now Latin on a 5-0 run to start the quarter. And that's the way you bounce back after a tough first quarter with the steal and 2 quick buckets.
Guerrero. Hawks lost it out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Latin Academy. 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Tran off the up fake, tries the elbow jumper, can't hit it. So Russo there for the rebound. Second time not a charm. Guerrero over to Cox. Cox going baseline, can't hit the floater. Russo with another rebound. It's Guerrero coming up with a loose ball. Bellot now with it for Latin Academy. Muhammad for three. She's short with it. That's going to go back to the Tigers.
Yeah, and as you see there, Mannion gesturing to Muhammad with the hand just to slow down. That's the type of situation in which Latin Academy has been forcing things. They just need to settle the ball before they try to make something happen offensively.
McCray wider back in for O'Brien as Nicole Tran heads to the bench. So even more size now for the Tigers. Horsley trying for the runner. She's short with it. Rebound by Mannion, quickly up to Norton. Norton back down the other end, hits the layup for Latin Academy, ties it up at 13.
And now a new ball game. You can forget about the way this thing started out.
Guerrero going against Muhammad, got it poked away. Bellot quickly up to Mannion. Fiona inside to Bellot, couldn't hit the layup. Nice little give and go play there from both Bellot and Mannion, but Jordan couldn't finish it. Horsley. Russo continues to be a problem here for Latin Academy. She's got 9 rebounds. We've still got 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and using, you know, the height advantage and the leaping ability.
Horsley got caught behind the backboard, so that's going to go back to Latin Academy.
Yeah, and a lot of Russo's rebounds coming offensively, you know, keeping possessions alive for this O'Brien team.
Muhammad gets it poked away by Horsley. And that's going to go back to Latin Academy, I believe.
And once again, O'Brien will run the press. And like I keep saying, Latin Academy needs to slow things down.
Mannion off the spin move, got caught underneath the rim. Guerrero. Wider can't hit the jumper. Bellot over to Mannion, back to Bellot. Poked away by Russo. Bellot's there for the putback.
Now Latin's switched from a 3-2 to a 2-3 zone defense.
Guerrero, nice move inside. Count the hoop and the harm for Lena Guerrero.
Yeah, and as you see, Guerrero just being aggressive, driving right to the bucket there. You know, we've talked a lot about what a great facilitator she is, but she's not afraid to take it to the hoop.
Caps off a three-point play and puts a team up by 3 here with 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Mannion can't knock down the jumper. We're going to tie up underneath again. Sorry, just a 1-point lead for O'Brien here with under 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Horsley on the runner. Remba now bringing it up for Latin Academy. Inside to Mannion. Fiona tries to go up and under. Rebound to Wider. Here comes Guerrero. Scott Horsley, but it's stolen away by Bellot. Jordan Bellot. Now with a 4-on-3. And we get a foul inside. Bellot's going to get 2 free throws.
Yeah, we'll see what Bellot can do here, but you know, I think the biggest key to Latin Academy tightening up the score has been their ability to force turnovers defensively. They're still not in perfect sync offensively, but they've been able to steal a few balls here in the second quarter.
And Bellot cannot hit the first. Remba heads to the bench. Did a nice job for Latin Academy when she was in there as Bellot knocks down the second free throw.
Yeah, and her three-pointer was really what got this team going.
No question. Tied up at 16 here with 3:20 left to go in the second quarter. Horsley, runner, gets it to go for the Tigers. Substitution again for the Dragons. Norton back in for Latin Academy. Mannion tries to get it inside to Bellot. Jordan can't finish off the backboard. Guerrero with the rebound for the Tigers. retrieve going on here for the Tigers. They get it back up to Guerrero. Tries to feed it inside to Russo, but it's stolen away almost by Norton. Russo comes away with the loose ball. That time it's stolen away by Fiona Mannion. Mannion off the spin move all the way to the bucket, and they call an offensive foul on Fiona Mannion.
Coach Dever is not happy in the official ruling that she had her feet set. Yeah, and actually there's been a lot of displeasure from the Latin bench thus far this evening with the officiating. They've not been on the same page about a couple calls.
Horsley, guarded by Bellot. Now back up top to Guerrero. Jelena. Cox trying to get inside, and you get a traveling violation on Cox. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. 2-point lead for O'Brien. That ball is knocked out of bounds by Russo.
And actually Mannion out of the game for the first time this evening, actually going over and grabbing an ice pack. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is there.
Looked like earlier she was feeling her elbow. I don't know if she got bumped there back in the first quarter. Bellot fires a three and banks it home. So 2 threes this evening for Latin Academy. They're both off the backboard, and they now have a 1-point lead here with 1:30 left to go before halftime.
Yeah, and both of them made by forwards.
Guerrero. Now it's Horsley on the drive. Can't finish off the backboard. Rebound comes down to Horsley. Cox on the drive, short with that one. Here comes Muhammad, gets it poked away by Cox. That's stolen away by Bellot. Jordan Bellot all the way to the rim. She gets fouled, and she'll get 2 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, and both teams have played very sloppy basketball offensively here in the second quarter. And all in all, I think the team that wins tonight will be the team that can cut down on mistakes in the second half and not beat themselves.
We'll see Mannion with that ice pack on her elbow. Bellot cannot hit the first. Bellot no good in the second either. Cox comes away with the rebound for O'Brien. Up to Guerrero. 3 ball on the way and no good that time for the Tigers. Bellot short with that jumper. One thing we just saw too, the scoreboard here at Latin Academy has had some problems, as there you see with the clock. We saw it last week in the boys game. There's plenty of time left on the clock. Because of this scoreboard, the clock keeps coming in and out. We saw this last week in the boys game, and you can also see it on our scoreboard here. There's not 5 seconds left. There's actually 35 seconds left. But because of this clock here, it looks different. It's deceiving. That's why you've seen some players rush shots. Guerrero on the runner, can't hit it, gets her own rebound, can't put it back up and in. Bellot with the rebound for Latin Academy. Now we have 10 seconds left. Bellot stops and pops, can't get the jumper to go. 5 seconds left for Guerrero and the Tigers. Jelena tries a runner, and that is going to do it for the first half here at Latin Academy High School. Low-scoring game, but defense has been intense for both these teams here in the first 16 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and both teams, out of sync offensively. Both teams had quite a few turnovers, and you know, Latin Academy, they really, like I keep saying, they need to slow things down offensively. They need their guards to facilitate the ball. They can't rely on Bellot and Mannion to dribble the ball down the court for them. Those are their scorers. Those are their post players. They need some of their younger guards to step up and make some plays.
No question. We see Rousso for O'Brien all over the offensive glass for the Tigers there in the first half. Latin Academy's got to do a better job keeping her off the boards.
No question. I mean, she's the tallest player on the court, but with a player like that, you have to box them out. You know, with a player like her who's tall and has great leaping ability, you're not going to be able to get over her. You need to push her out, you know, push her out of the way, box her out, you know, and muscle her out under the hoop and just keep her away from the backboards because, I mean, she's just been a machine. So many of her rebounds have been offensive, and she's been able to keep a lot of possessions alive for her team. And, you know, for Latin Academy, I think that's one of the biggest adjustments they need to make in the second half is keeping an eye on her under the boards.
No question. We'll see if Latin Academy can do that underneath the hoop. Our silent reporter, Michelle Fenelon, has the head coach of the O'Brien Tigers, Gertrude Fisher, with her. So, Michelle, take it away.
I'm alongside O'Brien head coach Trudy Fisher. Coach Fiona Mannion averages almost 20 points per game. You held her to just 4 points in the first half. How were you able to limit her offensively?
It was basically team defense. And, you know, we had told the girls, you know, because she has that scoop move and the hook move, and we just told them to move with her, make sure that she can't get to the spot that she wants to get to.
Speaking of team defense, how important is it for you to match that same energy in the second half?
It's crucial. If we can come back with the same type of defense in the second half, we have a good chance to finish the game off positively.
Thank you, Coach. Pat?
Thanks very much, Michelle, and certainly Coach Fisher got to be happy with the defensive effort, especially to start off this game. I mean, O'Brien really came out on fire defensively and really was intense to get this game going, and that's why they had that early lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, no question, and, you know, based on Coach's comments, you can tell they prepared for Mannion. You know, she's referencing some of Mannion's moves, you know, referencing her scoop move and her hook move. So they really came out, you know, ready to defend her, although we don't know what her status is for the second half. She did come out in the second quarter and was putting some ice on her elbow. We don't know what the deal is with that. But, yeah, they really have played well defensively. Both teams, you know, have played well defensively, and both teams have been out of sync on offense. So I think really it's a matter of, in the second half, which team can, you know, limit their turnovers and mistakes.
That's right. We'll see what kind of adjustments these two teams can make. Right now we got a 1-point game here at Latin Academy High between two Boston North rivals. This could have city playoff implications depending on the result here tonight. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our halftime stats and some halftime highlights before we get going here in the third quarter of Game of the Week. Make sure you stick around.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
My son Andrew was always a joy to be around. I always taught him to be accepting of other people. That's why when Andrew was suddenly fired from his teaching job for being gay, my heart just broke. As a parent, how do you prepare your child for something like that? I hope we get to a place where people will be treated with respect, equality, and love.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester as the Lady Dragons lead the O'Brien Tigers 19-18. And we're going to take a look at the halftime stats here for you before we get going to the third quarter. And first up, it's Latin Academy.
Yeah, and as you see with the points, Mannion having a little bit of an off game with 4 so far. Bellot leading the team with 8. Bellot with 6 rebounds. And then also you see Mannion with the 4 assists. Norton with 2.
Let's take a look at O'Brien's halftime stats.
Yeah, and then for O'Brien, Guerrero leading with the 9 points. Russo obviously with the 9 rebounds. I mean, that's the story of the first half, her ability to get some boards. For assists, Guerrero leading with just 1. She and Cox tied at 1 apiece. But I think the biggest key to success for O'Brien in the first half, like I said, was Russo with all those rebounds. And on pace for 18.
So we got some halftime highlights of Jordan Bellot before we get going here in the third quarter. She struggled early, but got going there in the second.
Yeah, and obviously, Mannion had to come out at one point, so they're leaning on Bellot heavily. Throughout the first half, she did have some turnovers and mistakes. She also made some highlight reel plays offensively, made some plays driving to the basket, made some plays shooting from outside. And if she can just limit the mistakes in the second half, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Just about set to go here. Start the third quarter. Latin Academy will start off with the basketball. Mannion back in there. We saw She was holding her arm before. I think she just got cut on her arm rather than any type of bump or anything. Nicole Tran coming away with the steal for O'Brien. Had Guerrero, now Lena's gonna have to bring it back up. Horsley gets it poked away. Norton got it stolen away that time by Jasmine Cox. Well, Jasmine sort of plays that center field position where she can come up with steals in the middle of that O'Brien defense. Horsley firing up a three. Bellot with the rebound.
Yeah, and that's huge there. We talked about, how Latin had some issues rebounding defensively in the first half. They need to come up with those boards in that type of situation.
Muhammad off the give and go. She fed it inside to Nellie Conklin, but it got knocked away. Substitution for O'Brien. Coming in for the Tigers is Reina Galley. And Guerrero comes up with a steal, then she's hip checked by Jordan Bellot. Reina Gady in there for O'Brien, excuse me. Guerrero fires up a three and rattles it home for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that sequence of events there just showing, what a well-rounded player Guerrero is, with the big play defensively and then knocking down that three.
Ruth Norton, or excuse me, Nicole Tran coming up with another steal. Guerrero thought about a three. Now looking for an opening against Bellot.
Yeah, and we talked earlier, Guerrero, just a sophomore. It's going to be scary to see what she can do as an upperclassman. I mean, she looks like an upperclassman right now with the way she's playing.
Muhammad off the steal, has Bellot to her left. Nice feed inside. Ties it up at 21. Both these teams feasting off of turnovers. Guerrero tries a runner. Rebound that time for Nellie Conklin. Up to Norton. Muhammad, a little bit of space. Inside to Mannion, can't get it to go. Fiona on the putback, and she's gonna get 2 free throws. That was a great pass by Muhammad.
Yeah, and Mannion with the second effort there. I mean, it looked like she was gonna make that first layup. The ball just going in and out, but not giving up on the play, getting the rebound, and drawing the foul.
Mannion knocks down the first. Substitution for O'Brien as Horsley comes back in for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Mannion, like I said earlier, she shoots a lot better than most low post players. So you can't be too physical there under the basket, because if you put her on the line, she's going to knock them down.
Mannion no good on the second. Rebound comes down to Jasmine Cox. Mannion comes away with the steal. Tries to score underneath, and she stepped out of bounds. Guerrero, nice little move, gets it to go for the Tigers. Chelina having a nice third quarter. And did Bellot step out of bounds when she was inbound on the ball? I think she did. So that goes back to O'Brien. Chelina Guerrero right now with 14 points to lead all scorers as Jasmine Cox tries for a three. Bellot with the rebound for Latin Academy. Quickly up to Mannion out on the break. Fiona finishes the layup. Latin Academy takes a 1-point lead. Back and forth we go here at Latin Academy High.
Yeah, and it was a 1-point game the last time these two teams played. Obviously at the beginning of the game, O'Brien was dominating, but these are the types of scores we expect when these two teams play.
Muhammad tries to come up with the steal. She's fouled over near the sideline by Horsley. That'll stay with Latin Academy. Second team foul on O'Brien. Bellot off the up fake. Can't hit the jumper. Rebound for Nellie Conklin. Norton tries a runner. No good off the back iron. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to go back to O'Brien.
Yeah, and that last play was actually designed to get Bellot a shot. You saw Mannion there not moving, just standing still, setting a screen to get Bellot open. They executed the play perfectly. It was just a matter of not hitting the shot.
One-point lead for Latin Academy coming up on the midway point of the third quarter. Tran unable to hit the three. Tigers can't save it, so that's going to go back to Latin Academy. Muhammad up to Bellot. Jordan, beautiful move to the basket.
Yeah, now Bellot's starting to catch fire offensively. And don't expect the scoring to stop anytime soon. And in the second half, O'Brien just has not had an answer for her.
3-point lead for Latin Academy. Horsley trying to go baseline, feeds it inside to Rousseau. Rousseau gets her own rebound. Guerrero over to Horsley. Horsley going baseline. Again got caught behind the basket. Conklin gets it stolen away by Cox. Jasmine all the way to the rim. Mannion gets out on the break. Fiona. Offensive rebound. Putback is good. Count the hoop and the harm for Fiona Mannion.
And nicely done there. I mean, the biggest difference I've seen from her this season compared to last season is just her creativity under the basket. You know, last season we saw her really just trying to drive through defensive players, muscle around under the hoop. We've seen her now with a lot of hook shots and a lot of different creative plays to be able to finish off baskets.
The Latin Academy now with a 3-point lead over O'Brien here with just over 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here's another look at it.
And that time actually with her back to the hoop. Couldn't even see where she was shooting it, but able to find the bucket.
As you mentioned before, Leverett, heck of a crowd here tonight at Latin Academy. We had an amazing crowd here for the boys game against rival Tech Boston last Friday night. Now you got two girls rivals here tonight. You're seeing the same thing. Last night, I hope the fire marshal wasn't here last Friday because there were people hanging everywhere for that game that went into overtime. But tonight, another great crowd. Good to see a great crowd for a girls game here in the city.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, both games rivalry games. The boys game against Tech Boston and now the girls game going up against O'Brien, a team they have quite a history with. And this crowd has started to get a little bit louder as Latin Academy has started to work their way back into this game. You know, when they got off to that slow start in the first quarter, you didn't hear a whole lot. Now, you know, they're up in arms.
Cox on the drive. No call there on Jasmine Cox. Mannion over to Bellot. Jordan. Shots deflected. Mannion put back. Doesn't fall for her. Guerrero with the rebound for the Tigers. Cox fires up a three. Knocks it down for the Lady Tigers. Cuts the lead back down to 1.
And that's a momentum killer right there.
Mannion. Nice fake inside, and Mannion's going to get 2 free throws.
Yeah, and that'll happen when you continue to attack the bucket. You're going to draw those fouls. Even if you're not able to get the ball in the hoop, you'll at least get yourself on the line.
Mannion knocks down the free throw. Mannion knocks down the second, so back to a 3-point lead for Latin Academy. here with 2:17 left to go in the third quarter. Horsley loses it out of bounds. It'll go back to Latin Academy. Substitution for the Tigers as Gady comes back in for O'Brien. Beltran heads to the bench. Muhammad gets it poked away. Guerrero. Now it's Horsley. Back to Guerrero. Cross-court pass. Now back to Guerrero at the top of the key. Dragons in that 2-3 zone. Horsley finds an opener. Back to a one-point game. Horsley comes up with the steal. Horsley with a runner. Can't hit it off the back iron. Mannion with the rebound for Latin Academy. Fiona Mannion on a mission. Can't hit the layup. Gets her own rebound. Stolen away by Gady. Up to Guerrero. Guerrero with the layup, and O'Brien's got a one-point lead. Bellot inside. Good feed. Layup no good from Conklin.
Yeah, and Latin Academy is starting to avert back to some of their mistakes they're making earlier in this game.
Corner three. Gady no good. Guerrero with the rebound. Putback is good. 3-point lead now for the Tigers. Mannion out on the break. Over to Bellot. Bellot off the up fake. Takes it all the way in. One-point lead for O'Brien. 16 seconds left to go before the end of the third. Stolen away by Latin Academy. Out to Muhammad. Gets the layup before the end of the quarter. What a tremendous third quarter here at Latin Academy as the Dragons regain the lead just before the buzzer off the steal and the pass up to Muhammad. We're going to have a great fourth quarter here in Dorchester right after these words. Make sure you stick around.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester for the fourth quarter here on Game of the Week. Folks, if you want to follow us on social media, well, first up, you want to check us out next week. We're going to be over at English High as the Charlestown Townies will be visiting the Boston English Eagles. And English has a great player, Makai Dedrick. That's going to be over at English High next Friday night at 5:30 live on Boston City TV. Bryant starts off the quarter with the basketball, trailing by one. Strand tries the three. Bellot. Inside to Mannion. Fiona off the up fake. Guerrero. They're going to whistle Jasmine Cox for the travel. She got tied up at the top of the key.
But a late elbow there looked like Fiona Mannion got hit in the face.
Good point by you, Leverett. Don't see any blood, so he's not going to have to come out. Block shot inside. Mannion there for the putback.
Yeah, and Mannion has taken a little bit of a beating this evening, with the cut on the elbow earlier and then getting hit in the face there. But, obviously as the best player on the team going up against one of your biggest rivals, you don't want to come off the court.
3-point lead for Latin Academy. Fiona Mannion right now with 14 points, 10 boards, and 5 assists. She's going to have to, might head to the bench. And Coach Devers going to have to call a timeout. Mannion got socked in the face, like you mentioned, with an elbow. So Dragons with a 3-point lead. We'll see if Mannion can stay in the game, if she'll have to come out at least for a little bit.
Yeah, and as you see on the replay there, not intentional, but taking the late elbow. And I do not see her back out on the court. Yeah, no, that she is.
She actually just exited the gym. She's probably going to go get an ice pack. We'll see if Fiona returns. It's Paremba back in there for Latin Academy. Guerrero off the up fake. Strand had an open shot. Now it's Horsley to the corner. Guerrero trying to go baseline. Jasmine Cox. That's going to stay with the Tigers. Guerrero can't hit the three. Rousseau there. Can't get the first put back, and she's fouled by Bellot on the second.
Yeah, and so we'll see what Paremba can do under the hoop for Latin Academy, with Mannion being out. Although, as I say that, It looks like she's about to check back in.
Yeah, Fiona coming right back in for Latin Academy. Russo misses the first after getting her 14th rebound.
Yeah, and there's no way she would let them pull her, in such a big game like this.
Paremba goes back to the bench for Latin Academy. Russo can't hit the second. That one didn't hit rim, so violation. That's going to go back to Latin Academy. Russo right now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Mannion on a mission, gets that one to go for the Lady Dragons.
And just going coast to coast there. Just a dominant offensive play. And able to bury it.
Cox fires a three off the back iron. It's going to go out of bounds back to Latin Academy.
Yeah, nearly another huge offensive rebound by Russo. Just couldn't quite corral it.
Mannion finding daylight, gets another one to go.
Back-to-back possessions going coast to coast. And she's actually played better since getting smacked in the face.
I was just going to say, after getting the elbow, I don't know if it woke her up.
Yeah, if you wonder if that maybe fired her up a little bit, yeah.
$13 points in the second half for Fiona Mannion. Horsley off the back iron, no good. That's going to go back to Latin Academy.
Yeah, 13 in the second half. I remember correctly, just 4 in the first half. So a tale of two halves for her. But, you can only contain a team's best player for so long.
Mannion inside to Conklin for the layup.
Yeah, and so after driving to the hoop the last two possessions, they anticipated her doing that. That left Conklin wide open. Mannion saw Conklin out of the corner eye, dished it off to her, and all Conklin had to do was make the layup.
7-point lead for Latin Academy off a 10-0 run. They see Conklin finishing the layup.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, with the way this game started for this Latin Academy team, I think it would have been a stretch to anticipate them, you know, leading by 9 this late in the fourth quarter. It looked like it was going to be a long night for them with the way things started off, but they have really turned things around.
O'Brien Tigers still looking for their first basket of the fourth quarter. They've had some opportunities, but haven't been able to hit anything, even from point-blank range. So right now the Tigers, who've been very good defensively in this game, it's only now recently that Latin Academy has been able to go on any type of offensive run. But the Tigers now have to get going offensively, and I think, you know, they probably have to create some turnovers and get some easy buckets to get going.
No question, but I mean, they have very quick athletic guards who can steal some balls. Look for Guerrero to be aggressive defensively and try and create those turnovers that you mentioned.
Horsley short on the three. Muhammad comes away, Bella, comes away with the rebound. Bella now with 14 points and 10 boards for Latin Academy. Mannion off another up and under. She's going to head back to the charity strike. Mannion currently 4 for 5 from the free throw line as they see her getting fouled.
Yeah, Mannion was double teamed there, but didn't give up on the play and was able to draw that contact.
Mannion 2 for 2 from the stripe that time. She's now 6 for 7 from the free throw line. 20 points for Fiona Mannion, which has been pretty much a guarantee for her in almost every game.
And now 1980 total in her career, just 20 away from the 2,000-point mark.
Jasmine Cox. Worsley had an open Cox. And it's going to be a shot clock violation on O'Brien. Right now the Tigers sort of falling apart offensively here midway through the fourth quarter.
No question. I mean, they look like a completely different team than the team that really, you know, gave Latin a run for their money, you know, early on in this game. And whatever adjustments Coach Dever talked to his team about at halftime have really paid off.
Try to feed it inside to Mannion. Now it's Bella. Off the up fake, gets it poked away. Chelina Guerrero up to Horsley. Horsley gets the layup. Cuts the lead back down to single digits here with 3:27 left to go in regulation. Another steal here for O'Brien. Here comes Horsley. Good swing. Guerrero corner three, buries it for the Tigers.
And that is big time.
5-0 run there for the Tigers. Cuts it back down to a 6-point game here with 3:08 left to go in regulation. Latin Academy calls a timeout.
Yeah, and you know, anytime that Latin Academy has looked like they're pulling away and just putting this game in the bank, O'Brien's responded by hitting a three. That three ball has kept them alive in this contest. And now, you know, just a 2-possession game. And look for them to continue to feed Guerrero the ball.
You see Chelina, nothing but nylon on that corner three. Chelina Guerrero, for a sophomore, has got a lot of poise. I mean,
oh, no question.
She just doesn't seem to get too excited. I actually remember her last year in the city semifinals. O'Brien lost to Latin Academy, and she got sort of frustrated towards the end of the game. This year, much calmer, matured as a basketball player. She's had a heck of a game tonight for O'Brien. Kept them in it.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the improvement from her freshman year and some of the things that you mentioned. So, like I said earlier, it just goes to show she has a very, very bright future ahead of her.
Turnover there for Latin Academy. That was their Achilles heel in the first half. And that's what's gotten O'Brien back on this run. Tran for three. Short with it. Mannion with the rebound. Fiona's going to slow it up momentarily. Now back up top to Muhammad. Inside, wide open. Conklin for the layup. Paremba with the layup for Latin Academy.
Nicely done, and getting everyone involved there, not trying to force the ball like they have earlier in the game. And a very well executed play there to be able to finish that one off with 2 points.
8-point lead for Latin Academy now. Worsley. Guerrero off the up fake. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Horsley inside, can't get it to go, but she's going to get 2 free throws.
Yeah, but as you can see there, you know, Bryant was trying to get Guerrero a shot in that situation, but she just had a defender interface, excuse me, you know, had to make the up fake and dish off to her teammate. And Bryant, you know, catching a break with the foul there as the shot clock was expiring.
Worsley hits the first to quiet the Latin Academy crowd.
Yeah, if she can hit the second one, it'll make it a 2, or actually, excuse me, still working back, but still a huge shot here.
Cannot get the second. Paremba with the rebound, stolen away by Guerrero. She fires a 3. Around the rim and out. They're going to whistle Rousso with the foul as Muhammad came down with the rebound.
Yeah, and Latin Academy's been able to cool off Rousso a little bit under the boards. You know, we talked about how many offensive rebounds she grabbed in the second half.
Horsley was grabbing onto the jersey of Jordan Bellot, and they didn't call it. Cox loses her balance underneath the rim. Here comes Mannion. Fiona Mannion over to Bellot, corner 3, can't get it to go. Heck of an effort for the save there by Paremba. Here comes Guerrero back down the other end. Guerrero gets fouled on her way to the rim.
And what a sequence of events there.
Guerrero no good on the first.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the Latin Academy coaching staff and the officials will not be going out for dinner after the game.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But the gym's hot. I mean, if you leave the gym, you cool off a little bit. You know, everybody will be friends at that point. Not used to this warm weather in January. Mannion lost it as she was trying to post up inside. Minute 20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 6-point lead for Latin Academy. Guerrero thought about a 3. Tries a runner. Rebound comes down to Ruth Norton. Mannion comes up with the loose ball.
And the Latin bench signaling for them to slow down, not just chucking the ball around like they have all game.
Latin Academy run on the reeve to just try to kill the clock here, but here comes Horsley back down the other end, gets the layup, cuts it down to a 4-point game.
And as the clock continues to wind down, eventually O'Brien will have to foul.
Jordan Bellot just lost it out of bounds for the Dragons. 2-possession game with about 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, and I said O'Brien would have to foul unless Latin committed a turnover, as they just did right there.
Cox trying for a corner 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Paremba. They're going to keep it in Fiona's hands. Bryant has to foul. They're going to let Mannion kick it out. Bellot doesn't need to shoot that, but she buries it for a nail in the coffin.
Oh my goodness. And talk about a dramatic ending.
What a game here at Latin Academy, as the Dragons hang on to win 50-43 over their rival O'Brien Tigers. Last time these two teams met, it was a 1-point win for Latin Academy over at O'Brien High. This time, even though it was a 7-point win for Latin Academy, it was back and forth the entire contest.
No question. I mean, the final score a little bit misleading, with that final buzzer three by Latin Academy there. I'm actually surprised on that play that O'Brien didn't, make more of an effort to foul Mannion.
That's right.
Obviously time was expiring, and they did try and get a hand in her face, so I'm surprised they didn't make more of a deliberate effort to foul her and stop the clock.
Yeah, that is surprising there earlier in the quarter. But, O'Brien was so good at forcing turnovers and so good at creating those baskets off of turnovers that maybe that's what they thought could happen. And they almost did there late in the game, but it was Latin Academy who was able to hang on to win here at home, 50-43 over O'Brien. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our Game of the Week, MVP, and our final stats here from Latin Academy High right after these messages. Don't go away.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
All right, Monroe, you ready? Monroe. Here we go, the butterfly. Ready? Ooh.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch.
Till September.
I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs, and that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Imagine being fired because of who you love. Imagine being denied medical treatment because of who you marry. Imagine being evicted because of who you are. Millions of Americans don't have to imagine this. They have to live it. Because in 30 states, it's legal to discriminate against LGBT people.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester here on Game of the Week. At the conclusion of this matchup between the Latin Academy Dragons and O'Brien Tigers, the Dragons hang on to win 50-43 in another hotly contested matchup between these two Boston North rivals. And the O'Brien Tigers, certainly a great effort here tonight, but Latin Academy really had a nice second half. They sort of struggled, kind of kept with it in the first half. Second half, they really came out firing. And Fiona Mannion, I mean, she got bumped in the face. She had a cut, I think, on her elbow. I mean, she was outstanding tonight, really toughed it out for Latin Academy, led them to a victory. She is our MVP tonight, and she is with our sideline reporter, Michelle Fenelon. Michelle, take it away.
I'm alongside Latin Academy senior forward Fiona Mannion and head coach Bill Dever. Fiona, another 20-point game for you, 12 rebounds. How are you able to consistently dominate on the offensive end?
It's definitely a team effort. Everyone's working, especially in this game. We had to fight through adversity, so it was hard. Definitely mental game, but we fought through it. We played as a team, and then luckily I hit some crucial baskets at the end.
3 fouls for you in the first half, only 4 points. What was the mentality in the second half?
I was trusting my teammates a lot in the first, and just kept doing it during the second too. So it was just to keep playing. Just don't give up. Just keep playing. Eventually you get the calls.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win. Coach, a back and forth game. Fiona's in foul trouble in the first half. What was the difference maker tonight?
I'd probably say the biggest thing was the crowd. I've been here off and on since 2003, 2004. Never had this many people here. I think that was the difference in the fourth quarter. These guys were fantastic tonight. I think the big thing is learn how to close out games against good teams. In December, we were up 7, up 6 against good teams, and somehow lost a couple of games we shouldn't have lost. You know, could have gone either way. This game, we're up 6 with 3 to go. Learning how to close out games, and I think that I told the kids in the locker room, we're going to see these games a lot the next month. I mean, tomorrow's February 1st, city tournament in 2 weeks, state tournament in a month. These are the kind of games that we're going to be used to in regular season. Get ready for that. In years past, we haven't had these kind of finishes and these kind of atmospheres. So I think we're in good shape going forward, hopefully.
Learning how to play these close games and close out, how much does that help you when the city playoffs come along?
Just huge. You can see just, making the right decisions, making free throws in the fourth quarter. I think that as we get closer to the city playoffs, O'Brien, Fenway, New Mission, and us is not a huge separation. So I think a lot of these games are going to be like this in the fourth quarter, trying to find a way to finish against, great teams.
Coach, you told me playing good teams at this point of the season, like O'Brien, only helps you when the playoffs come along.
Just coming out of the locker room at halftime, 1 point, 1 possession game, it makes the third quarter seem like the fourth quarter possession-wise. Get stops on defense, knowing when to run, when not to run in the fourth quarter. That was kind of the difference here. And stuff we worked on in practice, it's nice seeing it on the court this time of year.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Take care.
Pat.
Michelle, thanks very much. Coach Dever, like what he said about the crowd. Certainly a great crowd here tonight. Biggest crowd I've seen here for a girls' game for a Latin Academy basketball game, after seeing a humongous crowd last week for the boys' game against Tech Boston. So a lot of school spirit here at Latin Academy. Folks, we're going to take a look at our final stats here from Latin Academy High before we sign off. First up, it's O'Brien.
Yeah, and Guerrero, I mean, the team didn't get the win, but what a performance she had individually with the 22 points. Rousseau, obviously, with the 14 rebounds, although 9 of them were in the first half. They were able to slow her down a little bit in the second. Guerrero also with the 4 assists. And, hey, you know, tough loss for O'Brien, but Guerrero really has a bright future ahead of her as just a sophomore.
Yeah, Lena with a great game tonight, even in a losing effort. Latin Academy stats now.
Yeah, and you see Fiona Mannion with the team leading 20 points, although 16 of them in the second half. I mean, she was a different player in the second half. Mannion also leading the team with 12 rebounds and 7 assists. And this is really a courageous performance on her part. You know, we saw her leave with a cut on the elbow. We saw her get hit in the face. We saw her play badly in the first half, but she was still able to make the play she needed to make down the stretch.
No question. Saw in that stat sheet, all of them said Fiona Mannion there as you move down the categories. So a heck of a game for her, again, including Jordan Bellot. A lot of the role players got involved, especially in the second half. When they really got going, it seemed like Latin Academy started to sort of pull away. So a heck of an effort by both these teams and a great atmosphere here at Latin Academy. Folks, you're going to want to watch this game again because this was a good one. You can go to our website, www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. All the games from this season should be up there. You can also follow us on social media. You can go to our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/game of the week Boston. Links to the games, updates on which games we're going to be covering. A lot of other videos and photos and updates on what's going on in the Boston City League is going to be up on that site. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. A lot of fun here tonight. We're going to wrap up the regular season. Can't believe I'm saying that. Next Friday night over at Boston English, Charlestown taking on the English Eagles. And then we have the first round of the city playoffs that following Friday, so 2 weeks from tonight. But for right now, we're going to say so long here from Latin Academy High in Dorchester here on Game of the Week. We'll see you next time.